y'all. My name is Jasmine Jones, and I am a licensed clinical social worker. And you are now watching Black Girl, a Therapist in the Wild. And this is a little show I like to call Therapist Sips and Reviews. And today we are reviewing episode 1 and 2 of season 2 of Pvalley. The first episode we are reviewing is Pussyland. And the second episode we are reviewing is, let me look at my notes because I forgot it was a sentence. 7 pounds of pressure. Okay, so it's been a minute. How y'all doing? You see, we have a new venue. I have moved. So that is partially why it has been a minute, because moving is some bullshit. And today I am sipping on, totally forgot, what is this? Cran grape and vodka. Yes, vodka is going to be the alcohol of choice for these videos because I don't really like alcohol, so I try to drink the lightest thing that I possibly can, and the juices will change though. And also, I forgot to thank you all for subscribing. I got over 1,000 subscribers, and then I up and moved and then didn't make a video for 2 or 3 months. So thank you so much for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you like our little community here where we talk about mental health and its impact in the media. Yes. Okay, y'all. So we're back at the Pank. Can I say that the idea of a drive-through strip club where you can also get weed wings and you have the privacy of your vehicle to pleasure yourself in if you so choose, and also you have titties on your window. All of those things sound like a very good business plan. And that is how we're starting off the first episode of Pussyland. Now, Haley owns the Pank now. She has given Uncle Clifford 15% ownership of it. And, you know, throughout the whole first episode, there's back and forth because they don't like the fact that Haley's running shit. But I feel like, as I've watched both episodes together now, Haley hasn't been tempted into the dark side yet to fuck up the Pink. Yes, she may have opened prematurely because she's trying to recoup her losses because Uncle Clifford and the Pink have spent almost all of the money that she has put into it. $195,000. They have $25,000 left. Yes. And, you know, I would be wondering about that shit too, but then I saw the drive-through situation and, you know, they're remodeling the Pank. So I kind of get a vibe of where the money went. I don't see Haley as being fucked up so far with her ownership of the Pank. I think she's moving a little fast with the opening, but hiring new girls because the lockdown is over, you know, and all these other things. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Mercedes is feeling a type of way. So Mercedes has Haley living in her home now, and it's just, you know, they still care about each other. Like, Haley cares about Mercedes, and, you know, she paid for Mercedes to get her gym. And of course, Patrice, we see little shots of her here and there on her stupid ass religious commercials and billboards because, you know, Patrice is Mercedes' mother. She's a narcissist, the whole narcissist. And Patrice is out here like giving food to the food bank. But you know, the devil was an angel, and he was the most beautiful angel there was. Read the Bible. Yes, it does. Yes, he says it. And so, you know, that's nice that she's feeding people. You know, you gotta parse the positive out of the negative, but she's still a evil bitch that did that fuck shit to her only child. She could have fed motherfuckers out her house. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, so, you know, Haley still kind of cares about Mercedes, and, you know, Mercedes is getting upset because Mercedes has this issue with her shoulder and she's not dancing right and she's feeling this type of way, and she's been holding down getting most of the money in the car wash Pink situation. Oh, and another part of the car wash that is awesome is you get your car washed. Like, there's so many options in this drive-through strip club situation that is fulfilling a need. You know, yes, the man left his wife with a bunch of kids to you know, go to the car wash strip club. Yes, it is wrong, but you know what, niggas are gonna nig, and I'm sure she was aware of the situation that he had issues beforehand. Yeah, so, you know, I'm sure in some way, fashion, or form, his partner was aware that he was a hoe beforehand. And he had the option of going to the Devil Woman's church, but instead he goes to the strip club. And it is what it is. Still a good business operation. I like it. I like the whole idea. You're getting multiple things at once, and I love a good thing that gives you multiple things at once. Multitasking is amazing. And so, yes. Let's see. Mercedes is out here with a hurt shoulder. She's feeling upset that Haley is owning the pink. She's sour about it. Clifford, Uncle Clifford, she's out here, and I call Uncle Clifford she because Uncle Clifford has described herself as a she, so we're going to use the she, her pronouns as Uncle Clifford has described herself as. Yes, so don't ask me any questions because you should have watched last season. And anyways, Uncle Clifford is feeling a type of way because Haley owns the pink, so everyone's kind of salty at Haley. And my thing is, like, Haley's not really doing anything to fuck up the pink yet. Andre, he was the one that was trying to broker the deal with the casinos and buy the pink, and he didn't go through. He's at home, laid off, lost his job, sitting upstairs playing video games while his wife, who is a nurse and working probably 24 hours a day sometimes, who fucking knows, and seeing people die on a regular basis during COVID. And I appreciate that they're doing a COVID show because most of these shows want to gloss over like COVID even happened. And I'm just like, no. How does a strip club operate during COVID? I want to know. And they showed us. They showed us how it could be. Anyways, his wife, who has to sleep in the basement because she's highly afraid of giving her husband COVID. She's doing everything a good wife does. This nigga's upstairs playing video games. And then his godfather, the mayor, dies. They took this man off another show. I don't know. Maybe he just left. I don't know. But he dies, and he wants to go back to MISSISSIPPI. And the only reason I learned how to spell that was not from this show, but because when we were little, they made us do a song. MISSISSIPPI. Some kind of song. I don't know how it goes, but that's how I remember how to spell Mississippi. Anyways, he wants to go pay his respects back in Mississippi and also probably see Haley, who has texted him to say my condolences. Yes. We know this because when Andre's wife comes home, she goes upstairs because Andre's dumbass has forgot to restock her basement refrigerator with almond milk. Simple thing. He's sitting upstairs. I'm sure he's depressed and sad, but this woman is completely and totally traumatized from seeing people dead every day for over a year, probably a year and a half, and it just feels like, let's not compare mental health issues, but I just feel like, Andre, sweetheart, sugar pie, honey bunch, get your shit together. Be there to support your wife because she's seeing horrors while you're over here sad about losing your job, yes, but you have your video games to satiate you, your savings. I'm sure there's savings from his part. I'm not going to say he's a bum. And your wife's income coming in. You have a roof over your head. Support her. She needs support. But no, instead, she comes upstairs to get her almond milk. She sees he has not been looking at his phone, period. It's on the kitchen sink. She sees Haley's text message. She's like, who's Haley? He jumps up, snatches the phone. I would have immediately known he was cheating. I don't care what nobody said. I would have been like, I know she probably doesn't want to add extra. She knows. We always know. We're just in denial. She probably does not want to add extra stress onto her life by diving into the knowledge that she's aware of. But, still, I'm just like, I would know immediately. I would not be gaslit into not knowing. And I would probably want to step back from the relationship or have couples therapy. But then, I have been through many a thing, and I am not about to accept bullshit. So, maybe I should talk to my therapist about that. So anyways, he goes to Mississippi to pay respects to his godfather who has passed away from COVID. And while there, Corbin Bleu, the mixed person that was a part of buying the land for the casinos and whatever, and he wanted, something with his brothers, and he wanted to be a part of things and whatever. He offers to retain him as a lawyer or whatever he is. retain Andre to somehow seduce Haley into selling the casino. And I'm just like, I mean, maybe that, I don't know. I don't know. They go over to the casino with Clifford and Haley. They have a little conversation. And Haley she's not dummy. She came from, what is called nobility and things like that back in, the day and whatever. But now, she comes from money and social status that a lot of the other people that she works with doesn't come from. And so she's not dumb. She's aware. Not to say that you're dumb if you don't come from that situation, but she lived in that situation. So she's aware of, what business is and business talk and business conversation. So she's like, no, you are not going to give me $500,000 for this because it's worth more than that to you and to the people that you're selling it for. The worth is $10 million. And they're just looking at her like, you crazy bitch, and da-da-da. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, stars in my eyes, $500 million, magical. But towards the end of the I'm probably just going to mix up both episodes. I don't fucking know. Towards the end of the second episode, Andre shows up and he's like, well, what if they are able to meet your offer? And she was just like, well, I stay ready. So, and I'm just like, so maybe Haley is going to do some fuck shit, but I hope not. Because, I like the camaraderie of women supporting each other in this show, because Haley and Mercedes could have been enemies. They could have turned them against each other and just been some trap. But no, they bonded and they helped each other and they cared for each other. The only reason Mercedes wanted her out of her house at the end of the second episode was because of some voodoo hoodoo, some supernatural type, we need the Winchesters type shit. So, Keyshawn's still with Derek, this abusive white man that is, he has issues. Something's wrong with him, and she has to do whatever she needs to do to keep him calm. That's where you get sometimes when you're in an abusive relationship. You feel like you have to do whatever you need to do to keep this abusive person calm, or else shit's gonna go down, people's gonna get murdered, and you have to do what you have to do. So Keyshawn is out here going viral. She has a following online, 400,000 views every video. She was in Little Murder's music video and all this other stuff. Mercedes feels a type of way. She hates Keyshawn because Keyshawn is out here, she almost shot Diamond, and she's standing up for this white nigga, and it's just too much. Everyone is tired of Keyshawn, which happens when you're in an abusive relationship, sadly, is that because you are trying to keep this abusive nigga calm, you are ending up doing things that are going to alienate you even more, because everyone's going to look at you like you're crazy. And it's like, no, I'm not crazy. He's over here. He's going to murder me if I don't follow along. You're held hostage emotionally, basically, and physically sometimes. So, back to the whole trauma bond thing and all this other stuff. If I leave him, something bad's going to happen. We have 2 kids together. It's all these things. And he can just snap one day and murder us all, because he has the vibe of somebody who will snap one day and murder her and those kids. So I feel like I should be upset with Keyshawn. But when you have little babies involved and you have a person that has severe issues that are abusive and manipulative and can murder you and your children, you're between a rock and a hard place. Like, appear sane and follow along with what everyone else is saying and get away from him, or do what he says so he doesn't murder me and my children. It goes back to For Colored Girls, when he had the little babies hanging out the window, that type of shit. We don't want that to happen. He's white. He could possibly get custody. She's a stripper. So we're getting into it today. She's a stripper. The court system is not, she has videos online of her stripping. The court system is not just going to be like, oh yeah, this black stripper is the one that should have the kids. I mean, they may be able to prove it because she's bringing in most of the money, but he's also white. It's the South. The South is out there with these laws and crazy shit going on right now specifically. And it's just like, it's iffy. So she wants to go on tour with Lil Murda, and Lil Murda wants her to go on tour with him because she's the draw. People want to see her. They don't want to see Lil Murda, but he's hoping that if she's with him on the tour, they'll get to a point where people want to see him. I mean, he can rap, he can do things, music and stuff. Yes, but these bitches out here is acrobatics. I mean, I would be watching. I want to go through the acrobat drive-through and get my car washed and see all the lights and the pretty things and be like, this is amazing. Wow, look at magical. Look at, she just did a flip. It's Cirque du Soleil for cheap. I mean, I'm just saying, like, these women know what the fuck they're doing. I couldn't do none of that shit. That shit looks hard as fuck. I got hip tendonitis. There's a gym here. I was like, I'm going to start exercising because the gym is so close and I don't have to drive anywhere. I got hip tendonitis from being on the treadmill. My hip hurt for 3 weeks. I had to ice it. It was horrible. So, my shoulder hurts right now. I think I laid on it wrong. It's been hurting for 2 days. So, yes, I don't know how these women are doing it in their 30s, and just some of them are in their early 20s, so that makes sense. But the one, Mercedes is kicking on 30, probably already in her 30s. I don't understand. So, Keyshawn wants to go on this tour, so she finesses this nigga Derek and basically tricks him into letting her go on tour, because that's what you have to do. And it's so exhausting when you're in an abusive relationship. You have to figure out a way to trick these people. And you basically have to play their game, but in a way that you can have freedom, not necessarily in a way that you can be in control of them, because their goal is to control you. Her goal is just to be free and do what the fuck she wants to do. So I feel bad for Keyshawn. I feel bad for her because she's in a fucked up position. She has kids. That's why she keeps disassociating and staring off into space, because she doesn't want to be there. She hates her life, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing she can do about it at this point in time. I think that's why she's going on these tours and doing these things, because her way out is through the money. If she makes enough money, she could probably run off and disappear with her kids and get bodyguards and never have to deal with that nigga again. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Because if I get rich enough and they take me to court, it's going to look like he's poor and I'm rich. And so that means I could keep my children, and maybe he could get visitations, monitored visitations. I don't know. So yeah, I feel bad for her. I mean, I know that she's doing fuck shit. She pulled a gun on Diamond. Yes, I know. But it's kind of like, let's say Diamond had shot Derek. Diamond would have went to jail. I mean, they hid one body. I don't know. They could have hid 2 bodies. But you see all the shit that's happening around just hiding one body. Now there's a ghost in the paint. Montavious is haunting it. Like I said, Supernatural is a good show. Y'all need to watch that shit. They need to call the Winchesters and shit, or some hoodoo, mama out there to come and hex and get the hex out the place. They didn't call Diamond to come and release the spirit from that place, because he released the poltergeist that was in Mercedes' shoulder. Apparently it was a poltergeist. It was 7 pounds of weight from pulling the trigger that was in her shoulder, and that's why her shit was fucked up. She fell off the pole because her shit was so fucked up, but she kept trying to exercise and do these things that acrobats do with a hurt body. Like, I hate that, because there's people out there that do sports and just push through pain like that's not destroying their body, and then they end up disabled. And stripping is a sport. That is a sport. If I wasn't a big bitch, I would have a stripper pole in my apartment and I would do it. I would practice and have fun. Maybe I'll go to a class, because I'm just scared the shit's gonna break through the ceiling and I'm gonna die, and then there's gonna be a hole. It's just a whole thing. So I was thinking maybe I'll go to a class. It looks fun. I just don't want to hurt my body. I go on tangents. We go on tangents. So anyways, Keyshawn ends up going on tour with Lil Murda, and we find out that there is a ghost in the paint. Because Haley wants to hire some new girls. So she auditions these girls, and they doing what they doing. They professionals. I think some of them are stunt doubles. Them stunt doubles know what they fucking doing and shit. You know what I mean? They out there doing stunts and special effects and all these things with their bodies. It's crazy. And so Haley hires 3 new bitches, 1 for the bar because she can't do nothing on the pole, but she got a big ass, and they was like, yes, we're going to market this big ass. And then 2 for the pole. And the ones for the pole, they know what the fuck they doing. They out there doing tosses and turns and twists. Mercedes feel a type of way. They calling her old low key because she need alcohol for her shoulder and shit. I don't know what alcohol is supposed to do for the shoulder, like rubbing alcohol, like do for the joints or whatever. I take turmeric and MSM. Like that works for me. I don't know rubbing alcohol on. I don't know. What does that do? Does anyone out there know? Anyway, she feeling this type of way, and then Haley over here changing the rules, changing the night of the pink to Clifford's birthday and shit, and all this other stuff. And Haley didn't know it was Clifford's birthday, but even still, like, you want to do it the next day after you just hired some new bitches. Like, you can't give us a week to work it out. She want her money back bad. She want that shit back. She like, no, nigga, we need to be making money. Like, you done spent most of the money. And so they hired a new girl. One of the girls is like into the supernatural shit, and she got the crystals, and she like calling on the spirits and all this. I told the other girl like who her baby daddy may be and all this other shit. And so Mercedes takes them into the room. Well, earlier, like in the first episode, like there was like while they were fixing up the pleasure room, there was noises and shit in there and stuff. And Clifford and her little lackey was like, "Oh, what is that? What is it? Why is there a breeze in here and shit like that?" So, anyways, they fixing up, they in there exercising and doing all this other stuff, getting ready for their show. And all of a sudden, a little pole in the room starts shaking back and forth. And the little hoodoo girl, she out there like, oh, it's saying something. It's like the pendulum, and it's going to tell us answers. And the other new girl going to ask her the question, am I going to make bank tonight? And the pole was like, yes. And then like Mercedes just standing there because she know that could be that nigga. And she just like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. And she rubbing her shoulder and shit. And then she get up on the pole, and Mercedes ass falls. She falls to the ground. And you know, she out. She out. So they take her to Diamond, and Diamond do some hoodoo and remove this the poltergeist. What is that movie? What is that movie? Shit. Paranormal Activity from her shoulder, because that bitch was haunted in that movie. The demons was following her. It wasn't in the house. It was in her. So whatever, it was in her shoulder or whatever the fuck. And so he pulls it out. He was like, it's 7 pounds. He weighs it, and then he opens the window, and the spirits just flow out the window. So we're introducing magic, you know, and this is a part of Black culture, you know, hoodoo, voodoo, all of the things. It's a part of Black culture, just Africanism and all this other shit. And you know, I think that it's a good thing that we have it in this show. Why not? You know, that's a part of our culture and shit. I wish it was like a Black Winchester show. You know what I mean? That would be fun. But anyways, so Mercedes is scared, and so she's just like, ever since I killed that nigga, things is happening, and that nigga told me that he got you and your baby in his house, and then y'all just ran off. And Haley was just like, wait a minute, no, Haley, no Mercedes, no. And Mercedes was like, no, I'm gonna kick you out tonight, you need to go. And Haley like, no Mercedes, no. And so Haley stays at the night at the Pink, and I was just like, okay, so maybe the ghost only hunts the pleasure room or whatever the fuck, because she walking around and she get on the stripper pole, but before she leave the office, like we see the ghost in the pleasure room on the thing, so on the camera. So I was just like, is it only hunting the pleasure room? Like, can it move around the building? Sometimes, like I heard, ghosts can hunt objects or can hunt spaces, and they can't move and shit from that object or space. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Well, it's Clifford. Let's see, Clifford. She out here. First, she feeling like Haley taking over. Haley doing too much. And then Haley gonna do this shit on her birthday. Haley want to hire new people and things like that. And it's like, okay, so Clifford and Mercedes mad because Haley ain't running her ideas through them. And it's like, but when I tell you these things, you turn them down. And the thing is, Haley did tell Mercedes that she wanted to hire new girls from jump. And Mercedes was mad. Mercedes was upset. So Haley said it ahead of time. You didn't want to listen to her. So she went ahead and did what the fuck she wanted to do. And then, you know, with Clifford out here, like, you can't be the boss in here. She thinks that Haley is out here like trying to take over and be the boss, but Haley can't do shit. We saw the first night. Haley couldn't break up a fight. Haley couldn't get this bitch off the bar that was dancing. Haley couldn't do nothing. That's why she was looking for Clifford, trying to find help. She was looking for Mercedes. She was looking for somebody to help her do shit because she didn't know how to run this shit. You know how to do business. You don't know how to run a business. At least not a business like that, girl. You need some help. That's why they was all looking at you like, why are you making decisions on your own and not, you know, allowing us to help or to comment or whatever. And so I can see both sides. But it looks like Haley wants to help everybody. I feel like a part of it is she wants to help. A part of it is she wants to start and build this business situation on her own and try to create some shit. And, you know, that's a vibe, but it's like, you ain't never run no shit like this. So why aren't you asking for help? Why aren't you asking, like, how do you run some shit like this? What do I need to do? And stuff like that. It's a partnership. Y'all need to be working together. But I can see also why it would be hard for her to want to work together when, if she even slightly brings up an idea, Clifford and Mercedes are shutting it down immediately. There's no conversation. So why would she ask for help? You know what I mean? If someone keeps shutting down every little idea you have, then fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? So I can see both sides. So anyways, Clifford is out here pining after whatchamacallit, sparring with the new mayor. You know, like Clifford went to Ruffordson's, the old mayor's funeral repast to get some chitlins for her grandmother. And the new mayor just randomly shows up. He's one of the brothers that was trying to, you know, get the casino out there and shit. So I don't understand why they think that new mayor ain't gonna try to get the casino out there, because he was one of the brothers that was putting money in for the casino. You know, right? So anyways, they sparring, word tangling, and all this other shit. And then Clifford goes home to her grandmother, and you know, it's just pining after Lil Murder. The whole first episode just pining after Lil Murder, and then Lil Murder shows up, I think in the second episode, one or two, whatever, and it's talking to Clifford's grandmother, and Clifford's standing by the door, but Lil Murder can see her, like my nigga, like he can see you. So look at the mirror. If you look at a reflective object and you can see the person reflected back, like behind you or whatever, then they can see you too. And so Clifford looking all sad, and she all like, Lil Murder just like, I just wanted to apologize, and she ain't picked up the phone, and I promise things will be different. No, they won't, Lil Murder. No, they won't be different, because you are not gonna claim this bitch in front of people. No, they won't. That is what she wants. And you know, the South is a crazy place. Everywhere is crazy. You know, just violence and mayhem and chaos and shit. That's what I mean when I say crazy. Just uncontained, uncontrollable violence and mayhem that we should be able to change, but we can't. So unchangeable chaos is what's crazy to me. And so, you know, I can see, like I said in the last season, like why Lil Murder wouldn't want to come out. But the thing is, Clifford said it in the beginning when they first started talking, and said that it's okay. You know, or no, I think Clifford said that she didn't want to be with him if she had to be hidden, or maybe she said it was okay eventually or something. But Lil Murder was the one that was just up in her face talking about, I'm not gonna hide you, I'm not gonna do that to you, I'm not gonna da. And then as soon as they get in front of Lil Murder's people, Lil Murder act like he don't even know who the fuck she is. It's like, oh, can you get us some drinks? No, we don't. Don't touch me. Ew. Don't say shit that you can't back up. That's all I'm saying. Like, I understand where you're at in the situations that y'all are in, where you wouldn't feel comfortable coming out in this area as a couple because of the trajectory of Lil Murder's career and, you know, things like that. That is a scary thing to have to contemplate coming out. But don't make false promises and get people's hopes up to think that we're going to fight through it all. Romance. We're going to win. over these homophobes and transphobes and things like that. Romance, 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 romance. And then go and do some shit like that. Like, it's like you are dashing people's hopes that they built up in their mind from the first moment you said that you was gonna do that shit. It's like people don't consider other people's feelings. So anyways, it's Clifford's birthday. She's sad. She don't want to do shit for her birthday. She laying up in bed. She mad Haley doing shit without asking her, consulting her and shit like that. And then Clifford goes outside to take trash out and get kidnapped. And I was just like, oh shit, I was so scared because, you know, gay people and people of color and women, and they just be turning up missing. Children, especially black women, black LGBT people, black children, just be turning up missing and nobody gives a shit. So I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh, Clifford is going to disappear from this earth and no one's ever gonna find her again. I was scared. I felt shook. And then when they pulled up and it was Clifford's birthday party, and the LGBTQ folks in the area did like a roller skating stripper type situation for her and dressed her up, and it was magical and it was beautiful. But it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And then Clifford sees some DJ there that looks like Lil Murda with the mask on, and goes to get some roller skates, and you know, she gets some head, and apparently she ain't got no dick, no other person touching her body in a sexual way in 5 months. So go off, sis. Yes, go out. Apparently Clifford's grandma hasn't had anybody touch her body in a sexual way in 15 years. You know, this forced celibacy that these niggas have me on is just because they're just so fucked up, a lot of them, not all, mentally and emotionally, that it's just like the thought of this broken person touching me makes me feel gross. So it's like a forced celibacy. It's just like, don't touch me. You don't love yourself. I don't want you to touch me. Because if you don't love yourself in certain areas, that means that you may not love yourself in other areas, like hygiene and bathing and keeping your nails clean and your skincare done, you know, and things like that. And so and so this forced celibacy, when she said 15 years, I was like, damn it, she's been 15 years a slave. Oh, God. But anyways, Clifford got some head. Good for her, girl. Yes. Magical bitch. So, you know, it was magical. It was magical. Yes. Oh, gosh. I'm gone. It hit fast, y'all. Okay. So Clifford got some head. I said that like 3 or 4 times. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to bring in manifest. Ooh, that was right into the mic, too. Excuse me. Manifest. And so, I'm not going to say it again. What happened after that? Did we do all the characters? You know, I think that's where that's when they went and picked up Mercedes and took her to Diamond and shit like that. I think we did all the I think I did all the characters. Let me see. I was going by characters. That's how I'm going to logic it for the end of this video. I was purposely going by the characters. I did not get confused and then mesh the 2 episodes together. Leave me fuck alone. But Andre is out here trying to sneak and, you know, get Haley to sell. Okay. Yeah, that's it. And Patrice, we just saw little shots of her here and there. I miss a full crazy Patrice. She out here doing these weird ass commercials talking about where the blessings reside. And I felt the type of way at first, but then I saw the nigga that started the song and the show, and I was like, yes, look at him. He was at the roller skating party where the money reside, nigga. He was at the roller skating party, and he was like, I was just like, yes. First you're on Zeus doing some fake ass reality TV show. Now you have like a little part in a show. Look at him climbing that ladder of success from this one viral video. He been hustling, swinging, doing the damn thing. Get it where the money reside. I know, fuck, that's right. I love to see, you know, people succeed, especially people that are in the minority, because there's more people of color in the world than there are white people. Yes. And I love to see it just in China alone. Yes. And I love to see it because this world makes it seem like us people of color and LGBTQs and all the things can't do a damn thing or succeed, especially black and brown LGBTQs and all the things. Yes, so it's magical to see. I just had a client today that was just like, their success story was just, it's a success, and it's like peeling paint, y'all, and I'm still riding the high of that success. That is, God bless. Yes, so, good for you, money reside, nigga. So she on this commercial singing this song, and you're just like, you can see that she got some issues. Something's wrong with her, but like, it's only the second episode. The third episode is tomorrow, and I'm just like, I want to see Patrice. I want to see her have a full narcissistic meltdown again. I'm missing it, and it's just like, how are they going to make Mercedes interact with her mom through her child? That's what I think. Apparently in the next episode, Mercedes is going to talk to her child about like teenage pregnancy and shit like that. I saw the clip. I didn't click on it because I was 2 episodes behind, and I was like, I don't want to spoil. I haven't even started the show yet. I don't want to spoil anything. So yes, I think that's it. I still want to do Abbott Elementary like the whole season, just because it's magical and great, and I feel like each character has their own thing going on. Not too much mental health tidbits in today's episode, just because this is just kind of the preliminary, the start, and I think I got into most of their mental health issues in last season. Like I said, I guess if you want to touch on mental health, Haley is still traumatized by the grief, but I think she's getting over that, because when she was talking to Andre at the funeral home, she was letting him know that, grief, she was just explaining grief to him, and she was saying grief never leaves. It just changes. Sometimes it's a little cloud, sometimes it's a hurricane. And that's true. Like, I always describe it as grief doesn't go away. It just kind of shrinks in the back of your head until like something reminds you of it. Then based on what that reminder is, it fluctuates in and out. But like, maybe the moments of grief doesn't last that long and isn't that frequent. So that's what I would say. So I'm glad to see that Haley's healing from losing her child and things like that. Andre is a hoe. Trash. I will not let his wife sink into the background and forget that she's there like they're trying to make us do in this show. He's trash. She's sitting up here going through shit, seeing dead bodies every fucking day, and you have the audacity, sir, the all fucking audacity. He's trash. I hate him. And the thing is, he's like those coming of age white boy stories. I just feel like the whole world is against me. And just so focused on himself and his wants and his needs and shit like that. Yes, there was some moments where they showed his godfather was instilling in him like wisdom and letting him know that no one can knock him down or make him feel bad. And, yes, his godfather was like the Robin Hood of his neighborhood and was paying for the water bill of everyone on the street, or giving them water, or whatever the fuck he was doing, playing with the books or whatever the fuck. Yes, but moments are not consistency. That's all I'm going to say. Moments are not consistency. When you think about people that have hurt you in the past, like consistently hurt you over and over and over again, what draws your emotions out the most? Is it the hurtful moments that happen over and over again that have given you these traumatic reactions to random triggers in your life? Or is it that time your abusive father took you to Disneyland out of the 52 times that he beat you? Damn. What do you remember the most? Was it Disneyland, or is it the 52 times and the flinching every time you hear a loud noise? Let me know. So, no, fuck Andre. He ain't shit. I think Clifford's just kind of functionally depressed from the pandemic. And also, I think Clifford is riding this wave. Like, she gets off on lording it over like the mayor and Corbin and people of the town that she was able to save the Pink, which she should, as she should, you know. So I'm not, and I think that's a coping skill too for her. Like, I did something. I did something. I didn't just take over this business. I saved this business, or I was a help in saving this business. I'm still here, you know. And so, you know, I think she misses Lil Murda, and I think it's a complicated situation with Lil Murda, because he lied. I think the issue with Lil Murda is he lied. He's in the closet. Let's go, Lil Murda. He's in the closet. He lied. Just be open with it. Just say, I'm in the closet. I don't want people to know because I'm trying to be a rapper, and you can't be a famous rapper, gangster rapper in this world, you know, unless, you know, you're in the closet. Now we're inching closer and closer to that not being an issue. Like, look at Lil Nas and stuff, but Lil Nas is more like pop rap and shit like that. So it's kind of like, it's like when you go into the world of gangster rap, that's a whole like world and shit. And so we're inching closer and closer to people just like letting that shit go and saying like, fuck it, people are gay, people are trans, people are like all the things and stuff, and it's not that big of a fucking deal. It doesn't take away from their masculinity or their femininity or nothing in between. But, you know, we're not there yet. And people get murdered for shit like that. Like, he was standing on his porch scared that he was about to get shot to death because these niggas pulled up to his house, and really they just wanted to ask him when he was going to drop a new song. Although the nigga in the back seat did look a little suspicious. He peeked around the corner like he was about to, like, who the fuck is that? I don't know who that was. And so, you know, yeah, Keyshawn is in a trauma bond. She's in a abusive relationship, and this man is the school shooter, like, serial killer. Like, I will murder us. I will murder the children. I will murder you. And then I'm going to kill myself. Still, you know, Diamond could have taken care of that, and I bet they could have figured out a way to hide two bodies, but I don't know, they were in the bathroom. Maybe somebody would have heard, you know. The pleasure room, or whatever the fuck that shit's called, is like off in the cut, the door's closed, probably soundproof, shit like that. So it's easier to like hide a body in, you know, in the pleasure room situation. But like in the bathroom, people were running out, but still someone might have still saw and stuff. So I think it was the bathroom. It was somewhere where people could see, or the back, or wherever it was. So, you know, Keyshawn, I don't think it's not an easy leave. It's not an easy leave. Like, look at like what Love's got to do with it, which was playing in the show, which is ironic because all of them bitches has gone through some shit with some man that's abused them or hurt them in some type of way. But it's like when you see, I love that Haley's favorite scene was when Angela Bassett kicked his ass. Because that's my favorite thing. I love to see a woman vindication movie, because so many women have been harmed in this world, women and girls, and it's, you know, femme presenting people, and it's, you know, it's sickening. And when you see a good I'm gonna beat your ass for hurting me type of show, it's just like, yes. So yes, I love that. I love that for her. But, you know, so let's go on to Haley. So Haley, wait, did we do Haley? Yeah, I think, yeah, because she was like, her trauma is like, you know, healing and whatnot from her baby and whatnot. Mercedes, Clifford, Lil Murda, Keyshawn. Diamond still feels upset. So he's like still, I think he's traumatized by the situation that happened with Derek. And he just don't want to have shit to do with Keyshawn right now. He doesn't want to have shit to do with her. Keyshawn was trying to go to the Dollar Tree and get her, you know, some Pampers and shit. She had to pull a trick just to go to the damn store, because I don't think she was trying to see Diamond. I don't know. She may have been. She may have realized he was there. But I want to believe she didn't, and she just was pulling tricks to go to the store. That's how petty shit to leave the house. This nigga is keeping her trapped in the fucking house. This nigga is this close to building a basement city for her and locking her in that motherfucker with the children. Yes, he is. That's why I can't be mad at Keyshawn. So Diamond, I think, is tired of her situation, and the fact that she pulled a gun on him was enough. He was like, I don't, you know. And, you know, I think Haley asked him back to the Pink, and I think he accepted, but I'm not sure, because it sounded like, you know, she was asking him a bunch of times, and then, you know, Clifford told her to shut the fuck up. So So yeah, but I don't know what much to say about his emotional state right now because we didn't see much of him, and he was just out here like mad at Keyshawn, which is understandable. Yeah, that's it. Did I talk about Lil Murder? Yeah, did a whole soliloquy about that nigga being in the closet. Yes, you did, girl. So yeah, that's what I see so far in the show. It's only 2 episodes, and it's probably like 12 episodes, shit like that. And so, let's see what happens. Will the ghost come out, and will people see it? Will the Winchesters make an appearance? Hey, they did a whole Scooby-Doo episode, okay? The Winchesters from Supernatural did a whole Scooby-Doo episode. Yes, they did. It was magical. Amazing. So I don't care. Will, Mercedes figure out her gym situation and her situation with her daughter? Will Patrice have another narcissistic breakdown because there's no healing for her? Yeah, and I didn't think I mentioned Patrice. She's just a narcissist. Some shit happened to her. She dealt with it by feeling like she had to manipulate everybody in her life around her to feel loved, and so that's where she's at. And so will she have another narcissistic breakdown and just have some mega issue? Will Little Murda and Clifford ever fulfill that romance that they have going on? Will Keyshawn get away from this white supremacist crazy nigga that's probably going to murder her one day and the children in a murder-suicide? It's horrible. God bless. Didn't that just recently happen in the news? God bless them people. And, will Haley figure her shit out and not get the pink clothes and not sell it to these white people who want to put a casino on the land? Will Andre realize the goodness and love he has in his wife and go the fuck home and comfort her because she sees dead bodies every fucking day? Because that's the only way that he will be redeemed to me and my heart and my soul, or just divorce her. Just leave and let her keep everything because you did this. She sees dead bodies every day and you are acting like it's just, she's the basement wife. She lives in my basement. She likes almond milk. You treating your wife like she the ghost in the basement. Oh, he upstairs playing video games all day and she's seeing dead bodies every single day. Bless them nurses and doctors and hospital people that gotta just had to deal with that shit, mass death. Like, who thought they would ever see some shit like that? You know what I mean? Who in your life would ever thinks they're gonna see death in the size of like a genocide and shit? You know what I mean? Like that shit is. I don't know how y'all out here just continuously dead body, 5-year-old dead body, 18-year-old dead body, 32-year-old dead body. Just the thought of it is just like I'm gonna have to meditate after this. It's freaking me out. Like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, so no, no, we're not gonna. He is unredeemable. Like, what did she do to you? How did your wife, that's loving and caring and does everything for you, hurt you, sir? That you had to do some shit like you. Go the fuck home, nigga. Go the fuck home and take care of your motherfucking wife. You go the fuck home. Upsetting. It's upsetting. Okay. And so that's the show. What did y'all think? How did y'all feel? Y'all think Andre's a piece of shit? Ow! Oh my God. Anyway. Oh God. He was like, bitch, you don't shut the fuck up. Well, God, you need to do something about these niggas. I don't understand. You got these niggas out here hurting people and cheating on them and doing nefarious shit. This wife seeing dead bodies every fucking day. Whatever, y'all. Whatever. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was like kind of insightful, kind of funny, kind of interesting. My editing skills are what they are, so don't come for me. I'm doing this by myself. Don't come for me. And, educational and all that other shit that like helps people. I hope it helps. I hope that it makes you feel happy, and like also a righteous vindication of things. Like I you know, I don't know what the fuck I'm righteously vindicated. You know, like we need Andre to get his. Did you see that shit on her nose? This nigga went to Mississippi. Oh my gosh. This nigga went to Mississippi and she got a fucking indentation on her fucking face from her mask. No, it's not that he went to Mississippi. It's that this nigga didn't come back. I am, you know, the processor of his estate, and you can go visit her for a week. You can go visit her. You can go back and check on your wife and make sure she's okay, because apparently she can't leave her fucking job. You know what I mean? Let me shut the fuck up. Let me stop. Tell me what you think. Outside of Andre and his trashiness, tell me what you think. I hope that you enjoy. Let's edit this shit live. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope, you know, all the things. And, you know, later days.